Soccer 605 here with Zach Bartels, coach at Watertown now. You know, Zach, we were talking, I've interviewed you many times as a player, but first time as a coach. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it's it's kind of different for being on the sideline rather than being on the pitch. It's kind of different. I mean, making that transition, it's hard to keep that passion inside and then relay it through the boys. But it's awesome. I love coaching. It's so much. It's a great reward for me to watch the boys grow.
You know, it really is, and such a good thing to do. I know a lot of the very good players, and you certainly are one of those that I've talked to. A lot of times it's difficult for them to teach stuff that's easy for you, but to teach it to a 10-year-old kid who can't walk right yet even. I have to have a lot of patience with them, that's for sure. But they're all willing to learn. The commitment level that we have is just great in Watertown. It's the boys are just great to coach, and they come out every single day just willing to learn, and it's just a great thing. So what are some of the things that you're bringing with you as a coach now that you learned as a player? And I know your dad coached you for years, but you've had other very good coaches. What are some of the things that you learned from your dad and prior coaches that you're putting to use right now with your players?
Definitely how to play with both feet and play each position equally well. I mean, I usually have the players play out of position, just to get them comfortable with where they are at the field. That way, in the higher levels, they can, if they have to, they can slip into a right back or left back position, or even go up top and score goals. And I think that's really important as a player to be able to know that that is one thing that my dad was able to teach me as growing up and stuff like that. So.
Well, you know, when they're 10, 11, 12, 13, even 14, you really don't know what they're going to look like when they're 17 anyway, so you might as well just teach them how to be a soccer player, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And they love it. I mean, they love everything about the way I coach, and not to brag or anything, but they have a blast. They're just willing to learn. It's awesome.
Well, I know players like getting coached by players because you have a good, clear understanding of what they're going through and thinking, and you're not too old that you still can't kind of remember what it was like to be a kid.
Yeah, definitely. And it's fun, like, because I get to show off a little bit. All the cool stuff that I learned how to do, I'll do at practice or doing before games and stuff. They're like, wow, how do you do that? It's just putting in the practice. It's getting better every day, just working on stuff. It's fun.
Now, I know that you have a younger brother who's playing. I think Jake is probably a U12 now.
He's just still U10.
Okay, so what's the hardest thing about coaching your brother?
Him still trying to look at me as a brother rather than coach on the soccer field. He's taking a year off now, but he's trying to feel what he likes and stuff. But it's really fun coaching him. But just sometimes he'll look at me more as a brother than the coach, and I'll tell him, Jake, I'm not your brother at soccer. I'm a coach. So.
Well, and that was always the hardest thing, coaching your own kids, is to not bring the dad to practice, but bring the coach to practice.
Yeah, and that's one thing that my dad had. I mean, he set the ground rules right away. I'm not your dad at practice. I'm not your dad at the games. I'm your coach. And then on the car ride home, that's when he was my dad, and that's when he continued to coach me a little bit more. So I think that's what made me better in the long run too. The coach, like the practices and games, never ended right after the last whistle. So.
Well, thanks a lot for spending some time with us. I have one question for you, and then we're going to check back with you in about 10 years and see if the answer's still the same. What do you like best about coaching right now?
Coaching right now is just the ability to have fun. The boys, just like I said, the commitment level's so high, and they're just so willing to learn, and I just love doing it. The passion that I can relay to them, and just watching them grow as a player, it's just great. That's just paying itself. So.
Well, and I love watching you grow as a player too. So it's nice that it's going down the generation. Thanks a lot for, breaking it out and giving back to the game and being somebody that these kids can look up to, and you keep up the good work. I can't wait to see what kind of coach you're going to make.
Well, thank you very much, Randy.